Hey guys, Kat Calm here with Studio Sweat and Studio Sweat On Demand, and I'm here with the lovely...
Hi, Bethany.
Model Bethany,
yes,
real person.
That's all I am today, as a model.
You're so much more than that. Anyways, we want to get right to the question of the day. The question is about screen placement when it comes to riding on your indoor cycling bike and taking a virtual class. So, let's talk about it. Evan Smith came up with this question.
That's a deep question.
It's a good question.
It is a good one.
Basically, he's saying, how far should my TV be from my bike? Okay, and so it depends on a couple of things. Of course, depends on the screen size, number one. It depends on his size, number two, and even how your bike is set up. So, in general, though, what I will say to start is that you always want to try to keep your neck in a neutral position. You don't want it way up here, and you don't want it way down here, which is what does happen when you're looking.
And then you're trying to crank your eyes up to see it.
Exactly.
It's not fun.
So when you're looking down at a screen, you're out of that neutral spine position. And when you're looking way up at a screen, you're also out of that position. So you want your neck to feel in a really good, comfortable, natural position. Okay. Now, if you do have something that you're looking up at, ideally you're going to keep your neck in that neutral spine position, but look up with your
eyes.
Exactly. You have eyes, use them. Look up with them, not your neck, okay?
Because I think over long term that would be really uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
So be careful of that.
For sure it is. And when you're on a road bike, you're looking ahead generally about 10 to 15 yards. So think about that. But when it comes to screen size, let's start with the TV. You're going to, your best placement as far as how far back you are from the screen, the rule of thumb is 1.5 times the width of the screen. So with this TV, it is about 55 inches wide. So as far as placement here with this TV, which we know is too high, talk about that in a minute. If I come to 55 inches here, and now 55 divided by 2, 27 and a half. So I'm gonna wanna go another 27 and a half inches, which is right there. Oh, hey, Bethany's face. Stand up. Right there, boom. Wow, that worked out really well.
We did really good.
I know. Okay, so that's ideal placement for this TV if we dropped it down. You can be back further, that's fine. The best seat in the house is gonna be 1.5 times the width, but you can go back as far as 6 times the width of your screen. Okay, so that's something to think about for that.
If you've got that big enough of a room.
Exactly. Now let's talk about just the screen size here. So I was looking at like what's the ideal screen size for Bethany here. If it were 2 feet, like a lot of bikes out there are gonna be 2 feet. Okay, if it were this wide.
You mean handlebar to handlebar being the 2 foot? Is that
the
where you're
display.
getting that from? Okay.
The display, what you're looking at. That alone doesn't take in the 0.5 into consideration. So this is a 24-inch screen. That's pretty popular with some of those indoor bikes that you guys see that are popular. You're way too close. You would actually want to be a screen size that was 2 feet. You'd want to be that far back, which is not really going to happen because this is you sitting straight up, lean forward like you naturally would be. So you should be way back here if you have a 2 foot screen. Now stand up. Now you're even closer. So those screens that are 2 feet wide, not ideal placement. I will just tell you that. What we did figure out is that my laptop, which is 10 inches wide, or excuse me, which is 14 inches wide, 14 plus half of 14, that adds another 7, that's 21 inches. Pretty close. Boom. Stand up. Okay, almost exactly perfect, okay? So this 10-inch screen might be pretty ideal for that. Going back to the TV, the other thing to think about, of course, is the height that you put the TV on the wall. This one is too high, I will tell you that, because the rule of thumb as far as the height of the TV is you basically want it centered on your eye level and then maybe up 10 to 15 degrees. So you're thinking, what you're talking about here is the center of the TV vertically. So you want the center of the TV vertically to be eye level plus a little bit higher.
Can you lower that a little bit for me?
Yes, hold on, I'll do that next.
That'd be great, thanks.
Okay, it might sit a little lower than you think. The other thing to think about though, and I want you to look at this, so Eric, if you could come over here. This is her eye level when she's seated. Now I'm gonna leave my hand right there, hopefully. Now, no, you don't pedal like that though, pedal, walk it out, walk it out. There you go. She's about, I would say 4 to 6 inches higher than she was when she was seated. So you have to keep that into consideration and maybe split the difference. So if you'd go seated, if it were eye level plus 10 to 15 degrees, and then you want to take standing into consideration, maybe bump it up another 1 to 2 inches.
And don't do your numbers off me, because I'm really short.
Use a measuring tape and your calculator on your phone.
And your body, not mine.
Yeah, to figure this out.
Because otherwise your TV's going to be on the floor and,
yeah,
you know.
and that's true too. So like for me and Brian, we would have to do some, you know, averaging.
Meet in the middle.
Yeah, we'd have to meet in the middle because he's about 4 inches taller than I am. So, all right, cool. All right, well, we hope that answered your question. It was a really, really good question. Keep your neck in neutral spine, keep it safe, and keep it spinning. And for those body sculpting, fat torching workouts, make sure you check out Studio Sweat and Studio Sweat on Demand.